We've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pacers?
Well, guys, they are dialed in from long range already. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove out there.
No, they're also having success from the free throw line. So many of their points are coming from that stripe.
We've got P.J. Washington. He's out there with Mason Plumlee. And it's Martin in at the 2. That's the Hornets 5. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. Last season, the Charlotte Hornets finishing with their best record in the last 5 seasons. With the addition of LaMelo Ball, this team finally has some talent to build around. Playing a switching defense and going zone the most in the NBA. Guys?
Oh, fun to watch. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff. Launches it. Thomas, that's good. Thomas has got 5 now.
To me, you've got to chase Isaiah Thomas off the line. He's 5'9", capable shooter, loves to pull a trigger. Better do your work, D.
MP with it. He's against Martin. 14 feet away. Again, MP missing. Charlotte trailing. Pass to Plumlee. Here's Thomas, covered by Rubio. Here's Martin. Now here's Oubre. 5 on the clock. Slam dunk by Plumlee.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Harrell's. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a... After a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one. He is checked in for Brogdon.
Terry Rozier III.
If this is Chad watching, get on 2K!
That free throw good from Rozier.
One thing you...
If this is Chad on 2K, get on!
Are those fast hands. You must keep the ball locked up when he's around because he's always hunting for his next steal.
And Indiana looking at who they've got. Halliburton is out there with MP. Then it's T.J. Warren. Then there's Miles Turner. Pass to Harrell. Ball against Halliburton. Ball right side. Here's Harrell. And Harrell throws it down.
This young guy is an absolute monster at the rim. So tough for opponents to match Harrell's level of physicality.
And Rozier's quickness as a defender does much more than just create turnovers.
Yeah, he's tough to shake off when he's covering you. I mean, he puts constant pressure on the shooters and doesn't allow them to take comfortable shots. And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Nice shot by Turner.
Well, 6'11", 255 pounds. Miles Turner using that size to his advantage.
And there's the call on LaMelo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's McConnell.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Pacers.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Grant. Competitive game, they battled through every step of the way.
And B.A., can you say big-time effort and energy? I mean, just a tremendous performance. They were well deserving of this win.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first. first meeting.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Malcolm Brogdon.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
It's Bridges and Washington teaming up at forward. LaMelo Ball is out there with Kelly Oubre. And it's Harrell in at the 5. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. And Harrell with the strong finish.
Excellent recognition from Kelly Oubre right there. So solid, sensing when one of his guys is open.
McConnell outside. And so Indiana takes this one by a big margin. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
And that'll do it for this inaugural game of the NBA. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. We'll see you next time.
Hi there, Frank Valentine here. Hey, it looked like you were out of your depth tonight. Now, does this validate the concerns about you on drugs?
How you doing, Frank?
Okay, listen, so the reason I asked you...
I have one issue that I need to address like the numbers on the house. And that issue...
This airs tonight.
Okay. So we wait and see. Right.
So how do you want to play it?
You don't have a preference?
I'm here to provide you the menu.
You know, Kristen, it's not worth the trouble right now. Okay, for real, thank you so much for helping me work through this. I really...
Don't panic, run to the money, we never had it, get that cash, grab it. We gotta fly all over the planet, get that check.
Next weekend, get ready for vacation days. Aboard the cruise ship, beat 6 teams filled with NBA stars to earn a special prize. Meanwhile, in the city, it's time to conquer the courts, 2-on-2 style. See how your game matches up against some elite NBA duos. That's it for me. Now get out there and get to level 40.
That's the United States Supreme Court building here in our nation's capital. We're coming to you today from Washington, D.C. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports. D.A.
Thank you, Kevin.
Well, D.A., clearly he wants to make his mark. Thanks for that report. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Taylor is out there with Warren. Then it's Halliburton. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Turner in at the center. And for Washington,
Pacers
real challenge.
Sure can. And just getting on the same page takes some time. And then you have to build that trust. Weathering the storms together will help you do that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Porzingis. Bryant comes in for Rui Hachimura. Caldwell Pope is checked in for Avdia. And Kispert subbed in for Raul Neto. Now here's Caldwell Pope, guarded closely. No good there. Indiana leading by 4. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's Smith finishing it off.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Beal gets a wide-open look. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
MP passes to Smith, and that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Now, just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Rubio finds MP. Clock at 4.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Offline with the baseline jumper. There's the pass to Kispert. Back to Beal. And stolen by MP. Rubio in the corner. MP, that's for 2. Misses the wing chair. And so it's Indiana with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action after this word. Well, Bradley Beal has 4 brothers who played football.
Mom said,
Simple. And it seems like it worked out for him.
No question. And his mother coached him up. So some all-around sports talent in the Beal family.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
They're setting the tone early with their defense.
This is his second to the free throw line in this one.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
One shot.
Most NBA players are stars, Greg, once they start college basketball. But that was not the case with Rui Hachimura.
And coming over from Japan, there was an adjustment period for Rui, averaging just 2 points per game as a freshman. But he really grew his game in college. As a junior, Hachimura was a conference player of the year, turning himself into a top 10 pick in the 2019 draft.
I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight, because the 3, not one of them, ain't working.
Washington trailing. Here's Caldwell Pope. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Caldwell Pope's got 5.
Oh, man. I love how Caldwell Pope uses his muscle on the drive, just bouncing off the defense and nailing some pretty difficult shots.
Here's MP. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Washington Wizards. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Flat out. I thought they looked overmatched. I mean, I thought they lacked aggressiveness and heart out there.
When talking about Bradley Beal, Greg, we're not just talking about one of the league's elite shooters. We're talking about one of the league's elite scorers.
And if you don't hear Beal mentioned in the same breath as some other NBA superstars, you should. He's capable of putting up a 50-piece on any given night. This is no specialist. This is an absolute superstar.
No hesitation for Hachimura. Once he spots the open man, gets the ball right to him.
And once again off the mark by Indiana. And a deep 3 from Beal. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Wizards lead by 4. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments.
Substitution.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for Hachimura. Bryant comes in for Avdia. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Raul Neto.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Indiana.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over. And what a huge standout performance it was
for Miles Turner.
Oh, he was a scary man at the defensive end with all those blocks. Even the shots he didn't get a hand on, he affected. He forced a lot of misses out there.
Thomas Bryant is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Daniel Gafford. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Stevenson outside. And here's Smith. Pass to McConnell. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
MP, no good.
Corey Pittsburgh. Thomas Satoransky. Ish Smith.
Smith outside. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.